Hey everyone, welcome back to History Habits. I'm James Bay, your guide through the wild twists and turns of the past. Today we're diving into a story that's straight out of a medieval thriller, January 24th, 1438, when a bunch of bishops and theologians in Basel, Switzerland, decided to play boss and suspend the Pope himself. Yeah, you heard that right. They hit the pause button on the most powerful man in Christendom. If you think modern politics is messy, wait until you hear about the ecclesiastical game of thrones. Stick around as we unpack the drama, the debates, and why it still matters today. Let's get into it. All right, to understand this uprising, we need to rewind a bit. Picture Europe in the late 1300s.
The tithes are insufficient, Bishop. We need more gold for Rome.
Silence, Father.
The people starve while you hoard your relics.
The Black Death has wiped out a third of the population. Kingdoms are squabbling, and the Catholic Church, the glue holding it all together, is in total chaos. Enter the Western Schism in 1378. It all started when the cardinals elected Pope Urban VI in Rome, but he turned out to be a bit of a hothead. Think micromanager meets tyrant. So a faction of cardinals bolted to Avignon in France and elected their own pope, Clement VII. Boom, two popes, each excommunicating the other and their followers. It's like if the United States had two presidents, both claiming the White House and calling the other one a fake. This schism dragged on for nearly 40 years, eroding faith in the papacy. People were like, who do we follow? The Roman guy or the French one? Kings picked sides based on politics. England backed Rome to spite France and vice versa. It was a mess that begged for reform. Enter the conciliar movement, a radical idea pushed by thinkers like William of Ockham and Marsilius of Padua.
The Pope is fallible, Marsilius. Authority rests with a community of believers.
At the General Council, William, they alone derive their power directly from Christ.
They argued the church wasn't a papal dictatorship, but a community of believers with general councils holding the real power for Christ himself. Debate point here. Was this democratic spirit ahead of its time, or just a power grab by bishops tired of papal overreach? I mean, imagine if Congress could fire the president. Pros and cons, right? Humor me. It's like a corporate board ousting the CEO for bad coffee in the break room. Fast forward to 1414. The Council of Constance steps in to fix the schism. This mega meeting in Germany deposed the rival popes and elected Martin V as the one true pope. But here's the kicker. They passed a decree called Haec Sancta, or Sacro Sancta, declaring that councils derive authority directly from Christ and are superior to the Pope in matters of faith. Schism and reform. Bold move, indeed. It was like the church saying, we're not advisors, we're the boss when things hit the fan. Sadly, not all was rosy. They burned John Huss at the stake in 1415 for his reformist ideas, sparking the Hussite Wars in Bohemia. Debate. Was Constance a triumph of unity or a tragic overreach that fueled more division? On the humorous side of things, imagine the cardinals high-fiving after deposing three popes. Three popes enter, one pope leaves, Thunderdome style. Now Martin V, true to his word, sends another council in Basel, a bustling Swiss trade city under the Roman Empire. Neutral ground, perfect for debates. But he dies in 1431, and his successor, Eugene IV, a Venetian noble turned ascetic pope, inherits the mess. Eugene was no slouch. He lived simply, promoted monks, but he was all about papal supremacy. He saw the Basel Council as a threat, full of radical conciliarists who might clip his wings. The council opened slowly under Cardinal Giuliano Cicerini, but it ramps up with delegates from across Europe, bishops, abbots, theologians, even layfolks. They organized democratically into 4 deputations of faith: reform, peace, and general affairs. Everyone got a vote, not just the bigwigs or revolutionary. Eugene tries to shut it down in December 1431 with a bull called Quoniam Alto, moving it to Bologna. But the council invokes Sacrosancta and says, nope, we're staying. They excommunicate anyone who tries to stop them and appeals to kings and princes. Humor alert, it's like a Zoom meeting where the host tries to end it, but everyone mutes him and keeps chatting along. Another point of debate: was Eugene protecting the church's unity or just his massive ego? Power corrupts, even the robes, unfortunately. Despite the drama, Basel got stuff done. They negotiated peace with the Hussites via the Compacta of Prague in 1431, allowing communion in both kinds, bread and wine, in Bohemia, a big concession to end the wars. Reforms galore. They ban simony, that is, buying church offices, limited papal perks like reservations of benefices, and axed annates, those first-year revenues that went straight to the Pope's pocket. In 1435, they basically said, no more papal ATM fees. They pushed education, cracked down on clerical concubinage, priests with mistresses, not good, and aimed to reunite the Eastern Orthodox Church after the 1054 Great Schism. They hosted talks with Byzantine Emperor John VIII and offered funds for a crusade. But Eugene was playing his own game, negotiating separately. Tensions build. By 1437, it's all-out war. Eugene issues Doctorus Gentium to move the council to Ferrara, excommunicating the Basel holdouts. The council splits. A minority follows Eugene, but the majority stays, led by firebrands like Cardinal Louis Aylman. Point of debate: was this inevitable, or could compromise have saved the day? Humor alert, popes and councils fighting like cats in a sack. Who needs heretics when you've got internal drama like that? And then, on January 24th, 1438, in a packed, well, somewhat attendance was dropping back then, session, the Council of Basel drops the hammer. They suspend Pope Eugene IV from all spiritual and temporal powers. Accusations fly: contumacy, heresy for denying conciliar supremacy, schism. No more cardinal appointments, no benefices. The Pope's basically grounded. Eugene fires back with excommunications in June. It's papal paralysis at this point. The council doesn't stop. In May of 1439, they declare conciliar superiority a Catholic truth. In June 25th, they depose Eugene as a heretic. November, they elect Amadeus VIII, Duke of Savoy, a layman turned hermit, as anti-pope Felix V. Schism reignited. Consequences? France adopts Basel reforms in the pragmatic sanction of Bourges, birthing Gallicanism, national church autonomy. The Holy Roman Empire flip-flops, eventually backing Eugene.
The union is achieved. We promise swift crusade aid, providing soldiers and resources to help the fighters defend the realm.
Eugene's Ferrara-Florence Council scores a win with Orthodox Union in 1439, promising crusade aid, which flops when Constantinople falls in 1453. Eugene dies in 1447. His successor, Nicholas V, mends fences. Felix abdicates in 1449. Basel dissolves. Papal monarchy wins, but conciliarism lingers. Legacy? This was conciliarism's high noon, challenging papal absolutism. It influenced Luther and the Reformation. No infallible pope. Reforms foreshadowed Trent. Politically, it empowered kings, weakening the universal church. Big debate. Did Basel shake foundations for good, more accountability, or more division? If councils could suspend popes, maybe we need one for social media CEOs. Suspend the algorithms for the day. Now let's channel Basel for your life. History isn't just dates, it's habits for growth, like the council suspending outdated power. Suspend your limiting habits, toxic relationships, self-doubt, procrastination. Gather your counsel, friends for feedback. Declare your manifesto. Journal 3 things to suspend. Set timelines. Implement daily walks instead of scrolls. Learn a skill. Track, adjust, celebrate. This sparks your personal renaissance, resilience, fulfillment. You've got the power. If this fired you up, hit like. Drop a comment on your take, how you feel about things, papal power or council rule, and share with a history buff. Subscribe for more habits from the past. Thanks for watching. I'm James Bay. See you next time.